Chapter 1. Growing Up. Suzanne Nguyen was born and raised in Australia. Her mom, a refugee, found solace in Australia after escaping the horrid conditions of her native land of Vietnam. String's mom gave birth to 5 children. Her mother taught her the value of resourcefulness, the ability to adapt in the face of adversity, and to always look at the positive side of things, even in situations beyond one's control. As a single mom, she made a way out of no way, always making sure food was on the table and reinforced the importance of family and looking out for one another, no matter what. Growing up, String's family lived in a low socioeconomic area in affordable housing. Outside of a few run-ins with bad neighbors who lived in the area, String's childhood was filled with happier memories. As a kid, String was the biggest tomboy, opting to play with her brother and his friends over dolls and trying on makeup. Her big brother taught her to kick ass in soccer, and soon enough, she gave the boys in her neighborhood a run for their money. String's mom couldn't afford childcare, so after school, the library became a second home for both String and her siblings. The library became her Google, a place to explore her quest for knowledge and stories. In fact, she ended up learning the Dewey Decimal System to feed her hunger for knowledge. Other than reading, String and her siblings would watch her brothers play chess or fight for access over the library computer to surf the web. Chapter 2. David's Impact. String's older brother, David, his life tragically ended in his 20s. String and David were tied at the hip. They were only 11 months apart. They did everything together, including discovering their love for artistry. String is generally a positive person, but dealing with the sudden loss of her brother deeply impacted her. But she was comforted by his whispers of encouragement that it's okay to pursue creativity and go beyond the traditional 9-to-5. To this day, she continues to feel his presence. She understands that the best way to celebrate his life is to lead a life filled with joy and curiosity. Chapter 3. String's Story. String became the first of her family to graduate from college. She realized early on that she was the happiest being creative and creating impact. After some of her close friends and others began asking her for advice and insights on how to create videos for social media, String switched her creative direction to become a subject matter expert in brand storytelling and content creation. To become the trusted authority, String had to find her voice. The first step was following her brother's advice of sharing so the world remembers you. String dove headfirst into recording videos and posting it consistently online. A combination of her mom's resourcefulness and her brother's past encouragement gave String the drive to charge forward and pave her own path. Posting videos consistently to Meerkat, a live streaming platform, gave String the practice and confidence needed to know that she was moving forward in the right direction. Before becoming a social media influencer, String was an artist. She was like Spider-Woman, creating string installations on the streets, connecting people, time, and place together. Now, String continues connecting people's stories online. String then jumped on Snapchat during its early days and won the Shorty Awards for the Best Produced Snapchat Channel. After failing to monetize her Snapchat channel due to living outside of America, String received an invite from LinkedIn to join their video beta program. This provided an even bigger platform for her to amplify her voice and expertise. Despite her initial success, String felt invisible and her voice was being silenced. However, the mission remained the same, creating impact. String kept fighting, pushing through barriers, charging forward to create her own path. String believed wholeheartedly that if she consistently put herself online with the genuine intentions of sharing her voice to help others, then her brand and content efforts would eventually reach the right audience. She would put in the work to stay ready for any opportunities that would come her way. Chapter 4. The Opportunity of a Lifetime. Soon enough, opportunity came knocking. An angel investor and father of 2 named David Grossblatt resonated with String's authenticity and first discovered her on Meerkat. David offered a life-changing opportunity to travel to San Francisco. Skeptical of meeting people online in person, String approached with cautious optimism. Upon meeting David at the airport for the very first time, she was overcome with the feeling that he was family. String lived rent-free in San Francisco, learning the ropes of entrepreneurship and startup culture. To celebrate on her first day in San Francisco, she organized a fried chicken party with her community. David was convinced that String was of founder material, and he genuinely wanted to help String succeed in continuing to amplify her voice and share her ways of creating content. Chapter 5. the trusted voice. Getting immersed in the hustle and bustle of San Francisco, String loved walking to the Hard Rock Cafe where they served great fried chicken. String incorporates fried chicken in her social content not only because it's delicious tasting food, but everyone loves fried chicken, and it's a connection point that allows her to meet new people and connect with her audience. String ultimately founded the Trusted Voice because she was and continues to be inspired to help as many people find their voices online. String developed a framework called the 7 V's, which forms the foundation of the Trusted Voice. Your vision, plus your values, plus your Volk, which is a German word meaning people, your visuals, your voice, which is the content that you create, your validation, and your victory. The Trusted Voice helps silent online profiles become visible online and become the trusted voice in their industry. Chapter 6, Lessons Learned. Preparation meets opportunity. Even though David Grossblatt presented String with an opportunity of a lifetime to network with the best and brightest in Silicon Valley and to launch her own company, ultimately, it was her online brand in which she had spent years building that gave her the leverage and credibility to monetize years of dedication and hard work. Power of proximity. Even though String didn't have any experience founding a company, she opened her mind and heart to learning all she could by finding ways to network with other entrepreneurs. The more she hung out with other founders and quote-unquote smart people made her realize that she was just as smart as them, if not smarter. Also, she realized that it was okay to not have everything figured out, as most successful founders learned along the way. Overcoming imposter syndrome. Randoms would recognize String wherever she was out and about running errands in San Francisco. People would DM her on Instagram and Snapchat saying they just saw her cross the street. At first, this experience freaked her out because pursuing fame was never her intention. In fact, String felt unworthy of the recognition. After recentering her mental state and squishing her ego, String realized these ideas and feelings of unworthiness were all in her head, that she ultimately had people in her corner who believed in her. She just didn't see it because she didn't believe in herself. Looking back, if String had the right growth mindset, then she would have embraced the recognition as validation that her content was reaching and connecting to the right people. Ultimately, the best way to overcome imposter syndrome is believing in your mind and heart of hearts that it's not about you, it's about them. Sharing is caring. Life's fulfillment is about what you can share to open more doors for others. Even though there are 750 million people on LinkedIn, there are still many silent voices out there who are not sharing their knowledge with the world. You owe it to yourself and to your fellow humans to share your knowledge, stories, and lived experiences. The Trusted Voice Manifestation. String ends her meetings with asking others, "Who do you want to be the trusted voice for?" She is using this affirmation for others to hone in on their branding and to manifest their intention as well. It's a powerful mechanism for others to recognize the power within them. Chapter 7. What's next? 2021 is a pivotal growth year for the Trusted Voice. String's goal is to have the Trusted Voice replace Toastmasters. Instead of the core focus being just on public speaking, the Trusted Voice will be the go-to destination for one's own voice, stage, and the ultimate connection to one's own audience. Follow String on LinkedIn and beyond for more continued updates and join her in growing the Trusted Voice community. Thanks for watching.